Intensive agriculture intended to feed the populations of African metropolises results in the definitive deterioration of soils and ecosystems in the large periphery of these big cities. Today, their food security is a real problem. Around Kinshasa, Acacia auriculiformis has been suggested as a new solution to consider a sustainable supply of agricultural products and wood energy. The introduction of acacia, which will allow soil fertility to be conserved, begins with nursery work. Acacia seeds are treated with hot water. Then, sowings are done in bags filled with fertile soil. Young seedlings should be taken care of for 3 months by watering them several times a day and eliminating weeds. When the young acacias are sufficiently developed, they are brought to the field to be planted there at the same time as the beginning of crops, as here, cassava. Taking advantage of field maintenance, the young trees will grow quickly. A year after their introduction, they have surpassed the size of the people who come to harvest the cassava roots. The land is then left fallow for a period of 4 to 8 years, allowing the trees to continue growing. On the ground, the accumulation of leaves and their progressive decomposition form a protection and enrichment for the soil. When the trees have reached a sufficient size according to the farmer, they are felled and fragmented to be transformed into charcoal according to traditional but experienced techniques. The coal is then exported to urban markets. Before taking advantage of the topsoil left by the presence of trees, the farmer must wait for the first rains to pass. He can then proceed to the superficial burning of the land. The passage of fire will make it possible to eliminate the branches which litter the ground, but especially it will allow to germinate thousands of seeds which are lodged there and which will give birth to the new forest. It is then that a new agricultural cycle can resume with the introduction of different crops, such as cereals, which are now possible by enriched soil. The black structure of the earth and the absence of grasses make it possible to avoid expensive plowings. A simple sowing is then sufficient. A spontaneous new generation of acacias invites itself into the midst of cultures. The density of these young trees on the land is controlled by the farmer during the first field cleanings. Thus, new acacias are growing in association with crops before reoccupying the space to guarantee future agricultural production. The farmer who has enough space and works therefore gradually on each parcel of his farm can claim a sustainable and profitable activity. It is by teaching this technical route that the Hans Seidel Foundation, with the financial assistance of the European Union, has engaged more than 1,000 farming families in the DRC on the path of sustainable economic and social development, respectful of the natural environment.